Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our English Learning Podcast. Today's episode is a little special because before we jump into the story, I want to teach you some very common English expressions, phrases that native speakers use every single day. These expressions are simple, natural, and perfect for daily conversations. You'll hear them in movies, in cafes, at work, and everyday life. Those expressions used naturally in real context. This way, you learn them and you see how you're used in real life. All right, let's get started. Earlier this week, I went to the small cafe near my house. Okay, listen, this is a kind of a story that I am in the cafe right now. It's one of those cozy places where people come to study, read, or work quietly. The kind of place where you hear soft music and the sound of the coffee machine and small conversations happening in the background. I like going there because it helps me think. And actually, sometimes I get little moments that turn into great material for my English episodes. So I ordered a cup of coffee, found a comfortable seat by the window, and opened my notebook. All right. While I was getting ready to write, I noticed a young couple talking in English at a table next to me. They weren't native speakers, but they were doing a really good job having a natural conversation. They were talking together. They kept using simple expressions like, "Oh, I see. That makes sense. I get what you mean." And it reminded me how powerful these expressions are. Many English learners think they need big, complicated sentences, but real English, the kind you hear in cafes, workplaces, on the street, is made of short, simple, and clear expressions. They're the glue that holds conversations together. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the story. While I was listening, the guy said something interesting. I'm trying to figure out what I really want to do with my life next year. This is something he said. And the girl told him, "Take your time. You don't have to decide right now." These two expressions, like figure out and take your time, are golden. You'll hear them everywhere. Figure out means to find the answer or understand something. And take your time means there is no rush. Figure out means understand. Take your time means there is no rush. There's no hurry. As I was writing this in my notebook, something funny happened. A man walked into the cafe and looked around with a very confused face and suddenly said loudly, "Wait, am I in the wrong place?" Everyone turned to look at him. He laughed and said, "Never mind, I got mixed up." He grabbed the coffee and left quickly. That expression, never mind, is one of the most natural English phrases you will ever hear. It means forget it. It's not important anymore. So it was what? Never mind. Never mind means forget it. Okay, and the rest. I like watching people interact because every small moment teaches something about real English. For example, people often interrupt themselves, repeat words, use filler expressions, or change their sentences halfway through. And that's exactly what makes listening practice so important. When you listen to English naturally, not perfectly, you train your brain to understand real conversation. Okay, say something instead of understand. Do you remember what I said? Figure out. Yeah. So let's repeat my words, my sentence again with figure out. You train your brain to figure out real conversations. Did you get it? Okay. Around 10 minutes later, a student came in and sat at a table across from me, across from me. She had her laptop open, headphones on, and actually, I could tell she was practicing English. She whispered sentences to herself, repeating the same line 3 or 4 times, actually, and sometimes she paused, looked embarrassed, then tried again. And let me tell you something. Honestly, I wanted to walk over and tell her, "You're doing great. Don't worry about people listening to you. No one cares about you. Just practice." But I didn't do that actually. But here's the truth. If you want to sound natural in English, you must practice out loud. You must say everything out loud. Not in your head. Say that out loud. Your tongue needs practice. Your mouth needs practice. Your brain needs practice forming the sounds. While I watched her, I wrote down a few expressions I think learners should practice out loud, such as, "Actually, I think." "I'm not sure, but." "Let me see," and the rest of it. "Here's the thing. As far as I know." Let's repeat them together, okay? So I will read them and you must repeat it after me. "Actually, I think." "I'm not sure, but." "Let me see." "Here's the thing. As far as I know." Very good. These expressions make your English smoother and more natural. Something else happened in the cafe at that time, I remember. On my table, I found a small piece of paper. Someone had written a simple quote on it. And it was, "Do something today that your future self will thank you for." So at that time, I remember I smiled because it was a sweet message. And it gave me an idea, and I want to give it to you. Let's take that quote again together. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. The phrase future self is a very cool English expression. Future self. Future self. Let me think about it. Future self. It means the version of you that exists later, tomorrow, next week, next year. And native speakers use it all the time. Future self. My future self will be happier if I study tonight. My future self will be angry if I eat too much chocolate today. Can you imagine that, future self? What is your sentence with future self? I sat there thinking about how language learning is exactly like that. Let me give you one advice. You study today for your future self. You listen to this podcast for your future self. Small steps, little moments, repeated every day, they build progress. So you must practice every day. Right when I was thinking about this, the waitress came to my table and said, "Are you all set?" Oh, are you all set? This phrase might sound confusing if you are learning English, but it simply means, "Do you need anything?" So, "Are you all set?" means, "Do you need anything? Are you okay? Are you all set? Are you okay? Are you all set?" It's a polite way to check if a customer is satisfied or happy. She asked it with a smile and then added, "If you need anything else, just let me know." And that's another very common phrase here. You'll hear it everywhere: restaurants, stores, hotels, cafes. Let me know. Let me know. is one of the most useful expressions in English. It means tell me if something happens. Let me know. These expressions are very important for daily life. While I was finishing my coffee, I realized something important. People learn English in pieces, vocabulary here, grammar there, a phrase on TikTok, a sentence from a friend. But real English is one connected flow, just like this podcast. It is not about memorizing individual parts. It's about absorbing the rhythm, the tone, and the flow of language. So I want to give you a small imagination exercise. Okay? So close your eyes and imagine you're sitting in the cafe with me, not alone. And there is soft music in the background. People are actually talking quietly together. There is a smell of coffee, and you're relaxed and you're listening. Now I want you to repeat some phrases with me. Keep your eyes closed, okay? Don't open it. Repeat it out loud. I'm learning step by step. Repeat. I don't have to be perfect. I can figure things out. I'm getting better every day. I'm more confident than before. I understand more than I think. Thank you. And right now you can open your eyes. These small affirmations help your brain feel safe while learning English. A relaxed mind learns faster. A stressed mind learns nothing. Did you get it? You must be relaxed, not stressed out. Before I left the cafe, I watched the people around me one last time, and the couple was still talking together, laughing together, switching topics, and blah blah. And the student was still practicing pronunciation, looking more confident than when she arrived. The confused man was long gone, and the waitress was whipping tables. I realized every single person in that cafe was learning something. Some were learning English, some were learning about life, some were learning how to communicate better, and that's the beauty of everyday moments. Everything can be a lesson if you pay attention. Okay? And here is my final thought for today. English is not something you memorize, it is something you live. You hear it, you repeat it, you make mistakes, you try again. And little by little, it becomes part of your life and it becomes part of you. Okay? And this is the end of my podcast. Thank you for spending these minutes with me, and I hope you enjoyed this story, learned a few useful expressions, and felt the natural flow of English. Keep listening, keep practicing, and trust yourself. All right, and see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.